Facebook. I am live. Awesome. Good. Hi, YouTube. Just waiting for Facebook to go live. Hey, everyone. Hello. Happy Friday. Welcome back to one of our new video. It's Jade, based in Sydney, using Chinese and English, helping you to find and land in the ideal dream career, even during COVID. Welcome back to another video. So today, interesting topic. 3 ways to stand out while working from home. Right, a lot of us are working from home, and if you are lucky still having your current job, it's inevitable at some certain stage, certain days, you will be working from home. So while you're working from home, everything can be quite different from when you're working in the office. So how do you make sure that you're still standing out, you're still perceived as a good employee? A few things that we need to do. As usual, I share 3 tips. So let's get started. The first one is active connection and communication. So there are 2 sides, connection and communication. So this is you making effort to stay connected to whether it's your manager, so you may manage up, taking more initiative to communicate with your manager versus before. When you're in the office, you're probably more in the passive side because the manager comes to you. But now it's different. You're working from home. You do want to make that initiative to communicate with your manager. But this is also applicable to your colleague, your team members, or if you have subordinate, this is needed as well. So how do I mean that? By a few things. First one is making sure that you and your superiors or your subordinates, for that matter, are on the same page on a daily basis, sometimes even half-day basis or hourly basis. Intentionally connect with your team member, making sure that they know what's happening and you know what's happening. One most easy way is stay on your boss, their radar. How does it mean? I mean, we have team members as well, so we have assistants, several of them. When I want to reach out to them, if I need an urgent assistant or I have a question I need answer, it will be the best if you can be more responsive in that way. So stay on means of communication. If you have internal office communication tools like chat, or maybe it could be Zoom chat, or it could be your internal Microsoft chat or Microsoft team, making sure you are reachable, or let them know that you are there, or at certain times you will be there. Let them know that whenever they need you, you are there. Otherwise, because we are physically apart from each other, we are in different geographical locations, so it's hard sometimes. Second one, this is from one of our clients, is scheduling phone calls or video phone calls rather than using just email or text, because we all know that while we're working in the office, we tend to use a lot of email and text. However, this is different now. So a good way to having that strong connection is making video calls or phone calls. And you can schedule this calls, maybe ask your manager or your subordinates at certain time, maybe at the beginning each week at Monday. So for us, it's on Monday. We don't used to do that, but now every Monday we do have a video call as a team to come together instead of using email or text, or whenever you really need to communicate properly. Sometimes I even use video recording rather than just sending an email or text. And light conversations to project check-ins. So you can start with something: how was the day? How is the setup? How's your kids? And everything like that. Setting the intention and frequent communication. It's much better than just using online tools. That hearing somebody's voice, seeing their face in dynamic, it's definitely much stronger than just using all the other means like phone, text, email. So making sure you maintain this solid relationship with your team. This is so true, especially if you have your own team that you're managing, like us as a manager. So you can have more frequent phone call at the beginning stage of your when you started to work from home, maybe once a week, and then later when everything is settled and when everything people find the natural routine or find the dynamics to work together better, you can go back to maybe monthly call. Just suggest it at the beginning. You can initiate this call, or calling your boss several times a week will be better for communication and relationship building effectively. Now, another part of this, as I suggested, is communicate frequently, communication and efficiently. So communication with your boss and team member clearly. And this is now much more important than you're in the office. Sometimes when you're in the office, people are looking at the same things, right? They can look at the same whiteboard you're looking at. They can look at the same report that physically that you're looking at. But now they cannot. So now it's requiring you to be even more concise and precise and clear when you're communicating, also frequently as well. So to make sure everything is getting taken care of in a timely manner and an efficient manner. So I would suggest a few tips is using bullet points, or using whatever project management system you may have. You can always refer back to that or refer to the previous email, attach it below so people will know what exactly you're referring to. So it's easier for them to see the trail of the record of the email, to better understand. All right, so that's point number 1, active communication and connection. Number 2 is proactive participate, as if you are still in the office, even stronger presence than you are in the office. So manage your presence, checking in what's happening of everything, as if you are in the office, even though you're not physically there. So here is a few things that I would suggest, especially for online meetings, Zoom meetings, video meetings. When you know there's a meeting coming up, that you leave yourself a few 10 minutes or even more if you need it to prepare questions, to look at the agenda, to look at whatever you're going to discuss. If you came on board with some already prepared questions or already prepared opinions, the best. It helps you to jump into the conversation more easily, and it looks like you have done your homework, and it looks like you know what you're on top of the things. You are doing a good job. Secondly, I would suggest show your face in meetings if possible, if appropriate. This is quite important. Some of the meetings that we have coaches from different regions of the world. When we talk, if I see their faces, it's easier for me to remember who they are, what they said, what's their contribution. And if you don't have that, still works fine, but it will be suggested, because it's always good to put a face behind the name, and especially if it's in a working environment, people will have a stronger impression of what you have done, what you have said, what you have suggested, right? And share your ideas. Be bolder than you normally are in an office, because online you really need to talk, you need to show up, you need to having a stronger presence. So that's what you can do, share your ideas, and also ask questions. Check in a meeting. Sometimes, we have different usernames than how we actually call ourselves from office. So if you see in your Zoom meeting, there are people who you're not sure who they are, and they're not showing their face, and they're speaking, they're having a great point, or you have questions to ask them, make sure to ask them. Don't be afraid of showing your different opinion. Don't be afraid of posting and asking who this is, and that was a great point. These are all points of you are making connection as well, again. So yes, be bolder in a meeting to do all of this. Maybe you haven't done that before, but now it's the time. It's COVID time. Hey, there's nothing else you can lose, right? And thirdly, the third point for this topic is thoughtful consideration and adaptation for the virtual office. How do I mean that? So if you really want to add value to your team, to the project you're doing, helping your manager, making things easy, or sometimes there may be downsizing. This is happening to a lot of our customers, clients. Downsizing the team is much smaller than before, and you do want to offer a helping hand. So go through thoughtful consideration. If you do think you can take on board some certain things, or you want to help with some certain things, come up with a proposal maybe, or a document, or a few points, and think about how is it easy for other people to adopt it. Think about it in a team meeting. How are you going to share it online? What's the easy way to share? Maybe it's having that document already open, and then you can share your screen, or maybe it's using the whiteboard of certain Zoom has that function, certain conference have that function. Think about how you can adopt this into this virtual office situation. to make it easy for everyone as well. Sometimes it's having that link ready to share, or telling them I will send an email to all of you to share this link. Right, that's 2. How to manage a stronger presence even you're not in the office, you're not physically there. And point number 3 is stay productive while you're working from home. Now, this is what you are on your own. Yes, it can be a bit solitude, it's isolation, you're working all on yourself. So the first thing, and it's the most fundamental thing, it's set up and invest in a really good home office setup. Speaking of which, I actually have a stand-up desk here. It's good quality, good investment. So making sure you are comfortable working at home, you have your own space. It's not easily distracted. I have a few clients who have kids at home. I know it's very difficult, but try to make sure at least you have a corner of the space. It's just yours, and making sure there's no distractions, especially in a team meeting. And also making sure there's good, reliable internet. This is very simple, fundamental things, but it is so important. I can't say how frustrated I am if when I was having a meeting with my team member, going through something so important, and she couldn't connect, or she suddenly jumped out of the conference because of her internet connection. And keeping up with your KPI. So making sure you can be as efficient as you can, as how you were, according to your key performance indicators back in the office. And the best if you can even do better. So making sure you are updating yourself, how efficient I was doing this and how can I do it better, even now in the home setting. Another thing that I learned from my personal experience working with our subordinates is if you are alone, like I assign things to my assistant and she's working silently on her own, and maybe it could take a few days or sometimes a few weeks, it's the best you can let me know that you're working on this, or you maybe are 25%, 50%, 75% into this. So at least I'm staying on top of, we're not talking, you're doing your work, but I'm having a rough idea of where you are, what you're doing. Obviously, you don't want to over-interrupt your boss, like saying every 10 minutes, every 1 hour, this is where I am. But you do want to let them know that you're working on things on your own and you are making progress. Very important. And also, this is actually an opportunity. I want to share one of my clients' story that her team unfortunately have to go through downsizing. So some of her colleague is gone, but it's actually an opportunity for her to now eventually get to apply and eventually got to do what she always wanted to do. She always wanted to handle a higher end clients, and now she can. So this is a time that you can actively offer your help to the team, to the company, to the faculty, to the department that you're working in, and getting more benefit, even though you could be doing a little bit more, even though there's no promotion, it's hard to get pay raise at this special time, but that's still, there's still something you can do when you think about from your team perspective and your project and company perspective, what challenges they're facing when people are gone, how can you help? Another thing I would really suggest is consider volunteering for special organizing meetings, organizing team setup, organizing video setting up, for Zoom conferences for your faculty, for your department or other departments or other divisions of your company, so that you get a chance to work cross-functionally with co-workers still within your company. So you're still building your connection, you're building your performance, and you can literally having the chance and opportunity to contribute your strengths in different ways. All right, those are the 3 things, 3 areas for you, a suggestion, practical suggestions that you can do when you're working from home and still standing out, having good productivity, having a good connection, and still extending your network, having good relationship as well. One thing I always mention to my client, remember that now when you're talking to a colleague, it's not just about work. Now your social time, it's squeezed into the communication that you're having as well. So that's why every meeting, before meeting, or when you're actively making a phone call with your boss or subordinate, spare some time to talk about their personal life. That again is still building connection, building relationship. And now it has to be done in this way in a special time. All right, that's everything I want to share. If you find it useful, if you do have your personal concerns about your career, do reach out to us. There's a link down below for you to book a heart-to-heart chat, no obligation, just to find out if I can help you for your career. And also, I'm offering a limited time of my Land Your Start Career Dream Kit. Link is down below, so you can claim it now. It's a gift at this special time. Otherwise, leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in next video. Bye-bye, guys.